G'day guys, welcome back to Alliance War Season 32. This is war number 6. We're up against Revolution Arena. They're a Platinum 2 Alliance, I think, and they're a bit below us in war rating, so we're definitely a bit of a favourite today, but still had to, nail these fights. Don't want to give up our deathless streak so far. So we're going to be rolling with Dr. Doom for the first time, and also Magneto. He's going to be taking 3 of our 5 fights, and also Magneto and Mole Man for 1 fight each. We do have a couple of synergies from these guys, but they actually don't. We're not going to need them because they're for about like fighting Fantastic Four champs with Mole Man or Hero champs with Magneto, which we're not going to be doing today. So we'll be starting off here on path 6 here. So we've got a Corvus, not the worst placement, because basically if you repeat the same action twice in a row, he'll get a prowess buff. And whenever he gets a prowess buff, he also gets a impact charge that gives him 60% block penetration. So while Doom is pretty tanky, we still want to avoid giving him that impact charge as much as we can, just to save on items and health. And so we are going to try and do that, starting off with some medium, light, heavy combos, just to knock him down, get rid of his glaive, and just build up our power meter. We want to get ideally to a special 3. I didn't actually mean to throw a second heavy there, but we did. But luckily, the impact charge, he only gets 1 of them, and it does go away pretty quickly. But you can see the damage isn't too bad into block. It was about 800 at the most. But yeah, we still want to avoid that when we can. So just keep knocking him down with the medium, light, heavy combos, push him to a special 2, and that means we can easily start our Doom cycle, because it's much easier when the opponent has at least 2 bars of power. And this special 3 gets him down to just under 40% health, and I was pretty confident that 1 special 2 could finish the job. In fact, the special 1 almost does itself, but we just throw the special 2 to get off that last little bit there. So pretty clean fight, just over a minute, and we didn't take too much health loss. And then next up, so this was on paper, like when I got the assignment, I thought, yeah, this is going to be fine with Doom. But I didn't consider the Power Focus 2, and I also didn't consider his Pure of Heart. So this was actually a very, very dangerous fight. So he has Power Focus 2, also Aggression Prowess. And I really should have just knocked him down more, because we gave him Pure of Heart pretty early here. And that meant if he threw a special 2, we would have taken a lot of Incinerate damage, like unavoidable Incinerate damage. So I really had to just turtle up here, block everything. And we get to the Doom cycle. Luckily, that makes it even easier to prevent him throwing special attacks. But I was still very nervous, because he didn't have any way to, we don't have any way to stop that Incinerate damage if he does throw the special 2. And he's going to be at a special 2 the entire fight, because we can't really drain him below 2 bars of power. And because of Power Focus 2, he has decreased combat power rate above 2 bars, so we weren't able to push him to a special 3 with the Doom cycle. That was another thing I didn't consider. But luckily we get back to our special 2 with our aura, and that finishes him off with the Incinerate. So scary fight. I probably should have played that more smartly, but that's a good lesson learned for next time. But then now we have the Node 26 Voids. This is Window of Opportunity. This is the fight that we took last war with Mole Man as well. And because this war we started the week of free mastery changes, so I took advantage of that in this fight by turning suicides on for this fight, and then we took them off straight after because we had another Doom fight. But we probably didn't need suicides for this, but it does make it quite a lot quicker. With the extra damage, and he's able to shrug off the debuffs pretty quickly, so we don't take too much direct damage from Void's ability. But yeah, this is a fight that Mole Man really excels in, because not only does he dish out a lot of damage, he can counter the debuffs. I unfortunately ate a special 1 there, but we did have an invulnerability boost on just in case. And yeah, so I put the invulnerability boost on right before the start of this fight, and what I actually did is, because right after this fight I took suicides off for our next Doom fight, and I tried to do it as quickly as I can to see if we could actually make the invulnerability boost last to the next fight, because they only last for 3 minutes. So we had to do this fight, take suicides off, and get into the next fight within 3 minutes. So but this fight went really well, and I was able to do it just in the end. You can see here, there's 3 seconds left on that timer. after popping the invulnerability boost at the start of that Mole-Man Void fight. But here we have a Node 44 Venom, so basically whenever he gets a buff, we're going to get a weakness debuff, and those weakness debuffs will go away whenever we throw a special attack. So we start with 4 weaknesses from his 3 buffs and his Glintar buff. He's also going to go Nullify Immune every 10 seconds. He's also Unstoppable Armor, so we had to watch out for those whenever he procs Armor Up buffs, and luckily we were ready for that first one, because he did go Unstoppable from it. But we throw that special one that gets rid of all 10 of the weakness debuffs that we had, so we weren't hitting for very much before that. But now we can use Mystic Dispersion to capitalize on that Nullify, because the Nullify immunity went away. Easily get to 3 bars of power, and we want to get him to 2 bars of power before we throw our special 3. And we do. We let the Unstoppable Armor wear off, and the special 3 will get rid of all the weakness debuffs we had. I think we had 4, but the weakness debuffs, they're not really hurting us too much. It would be free willpower healing, but there is a passive heal block node, which sucks, but it's fine. Doom's super tanky anyway. So he throws a few hits into block and also triggers Unstoppable Armor at the same time. We did have our aura up, so while we did get hit by the heavy, we were able to tank it from Doom's aura, because you know it's Doom. Like it's so hard to die with Doom when he's got his aura up. Really the only way to kill him is with like damage over time. But we get back to another special 3 that gets him down to 34%. That gets rid of all our weakness debuffs again, which is good. We only get to the special one before Unstoppable Armor activates, and of course he goes Unstoppable again because it's much higher than a 30% chance, I'm pretty sure. But we get back to a special 2, and that pretty much finishes him off. And yeah, it does. So a bit of a longer fight, but it went really well. Didn't take too much damage, but that was our last Doom fight anyway. And then the last fight that we have this war is another safeguard mini. So we've taken a few minis here this season. Taken Angela twice, but this is the first time we haven't taken Angela. We've taken Ultron, and Ultron isn't the worst placement here if you're banning a Magneto. But if you're not banning Magneto, you'll see it for yourself, guys. This is just a ridiculously simple matchup for Magneto, because we can, while he does have Unstoppable Armor, he's going to be triggering that very, very infrequently, because it's only a 30% chance, but also his ability accuracy is reduced by 70% with the Magnetized. We don't need Pacify here. We could have Max Pacify for the full 100% ability accuracy reduction on parries, but we definitely don't need that at all. We can bypass Safeguard most of the time with Magneto. With the 70% ability accuracy reduction, it's more than enough for this fight. So we're just charging heavies here, waiting out that evade, just doing parry heavy, simple parry heavy fight, up to the special 3, with as many prowess as we can. We get just under 40, and this, I'm pretty sure this does ignore Safeguard. Yep, the special 3 just cleans him up. So that was our war today, guys. 5 fights, all soloed, pretty happy. And we did actually manage to keep up our winning streak. So we've won 4 in a row, 5 in total, 5 wars in a row. But unfortunately, because we did have 2 wars in tier 2, that did hurt us as far as the leaderboard goes, because it meant that we had the 7x multiplier for 2 wars instead of the 8x multiplier. And while it doesn't sound like too much of a difference, it really does add up when you compare to other alliances on the leaderboard. But it was close. It was very close. I think at one point, yeah, it was like 14 deaths apiece at 90 fights. But yeah, we ended up winning by 2 deaths in total, and also in fight duration. We had a pretty decent fight duration overall, and yeah, this is really good. It means just another win, another step towards Masters. We're now 8th in Platinum 1, and you know, if we had all these wars in Tier 1 and we had won as many as we had, we definitely would have been close, if not in Masters already, because we're only about just under 300,000 points behind Masters. I think, who's at the bottom in Masters? Legion, and they have 8.46. So yeah, we're quite close. But yeah, you could see there's not many points that separate these bottom Masters alliances and these top Platinum 1 alliances. Really not much at all. So, but it's good. We just all we can do is just beat the alliances that we're up against, and you know, this helps us stay in tier 1, and I think we should, you know, if we keep playing at this level, we can definitely stay in tier 1 for the rest of the season. So thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next war. Peace out.